Good day, thank you for joining. This video is one in a series of videos on our Blackbox connector platform. My name is Pete Neufer, I'm the product director for Full Sail Partners, and you can find other videos just like this one at blackboxconnector.com. Today's session focuses on using Deltek Vision as your financial system and Concur Professional as your spend management system. Now, this can be used for both Concur Expense and Invoice, but it's important to note this is for Professional Edition. So if you're looking for Standard Edition, please revisit our website to find that video. Today's topic is going to focus on cost tracking in Concur, and specifically the project list that we want to have out there as a cost tracking object. This is very similar to how Deltek Vision uses the project list. In fact, we're going to review how to set up your Concur project list to mirror your Deltek Vision project list. So first, let's review some basics. In Vision, a project is comprised of what we call a work breakdown structure. The work breakdown structure in Deltek Vision is hierarchical and has three levels. The top level is the project, or WBS1. The second level is the phase, or WBS2. And the third level is the task, or WBS3. Now, it's important to note that every company is different and every vision deployment is different. While your firm may call projects jobs, or phases tasks, or tasks subtasks, or you may not even use lower levels of the work breakdown structure. However, one thing is universal. Charges to projects must always be entered at the lowest level available of the work breakdown structure. And that's what we have to ensure we have out there in Concur, is consistency and that hierarchical relationship between WBS1, WBS2, and WBS3. To begin, we're going to go to the area of Concur where we set up our list to hold our projects. Now, we'll be going in, and again, this is on Concur Professional Edition. We come up to Administration. We go underneath Expense, and then we're going to be looking for List Management, where we can manage our project list and other lists that we may want to populate out there. And we're going to go ahead, and assuming this is a new setup, we'll create a new project list. We're going to give it a representative name. In this case, we're going to use our nomenclature for the Vision database that we're working with, which is Project, Phase, and Task. And we can set things like the default search if we want to look by code or text and the display format, but we'll go ahead and save this right now. We can come back to those. And now what we have to do, the leveling of this list is actually defined on what we create here initially. So we're going to go ahead and say we want a new item, and we're going to just create some placeholder information. So in this case, the item name, we'll call this project. The item code, this would be your project number, but we'll just call this WBS1. And we'll go ahead and hit save. And now we're going to select that first level and now click new again over here because we want to add a level underneath this. We'll call this phase, or WBS2 for the code. Hit save. And then we're going to go ahead and create our third level, which will be task, or WBS3 for the code. And we'll go ahead and hit save here. Now at this point, we have our project list set up. We have WBS1, WBS2, and WBS3. We've mirrored the three levels of the work breakdown structure from Deltek Vision out in Concur. And we're going to leave this list blank because the connector is actually going to do the work of populating this data. So be aware of that. There's no need to send a list or a document over for loading. The connector can handle this population. Now, the next step is to ensure that your Concur implementation coach, the individual from Concur that's helping you onboard this system, understands that this list needs to be required on all possible expense entry forms. You don't necessarily have to have it at the expense header level, but we do want to make sure that if we go into an expense report and enter in data, that you're going to be required to enter in WBS1, 2, and 3, or project, phase, and task, not just on the entry level, but against mileage forms, against airfare forms, against allocation forms. If you have a single line item charge that needs to be split out between a couple of different projects, those fields have to be required. And again, that goes back to having this full list available and having the entire work breakdown structure there and requiring all three levels. And again, the connector will do the hard work in terms of populating this list, and for items that don't have lower levels, ensuring that we have an NA value that can be selected and subsequently ignored on the import to Deltek Vision from the connector. So at this point, we're effectively complete. We'll go ahead and send an email over to our implementation coach asking them to assign this new list out to our forms, and then follow our series. The next video will look at actually performing the mapping and populating this project list out in Concur. So this concludes our video. I hope it was helpful. Again, you can find this and other videos out at blackboxconnector.com. Thanks very much, and we hope you have a great day.